Good morning! Unfortunately, as you can see, it is raining today, so that's a bit of a bummer. We did have plans to go for a bit of a walk and grab some breakfast this morning before we hit the road, but since it's rainy, we're just thinking we're just going to hit the road anyway. It's meant to be cleared up in Nelson this afternoon, but well, hopefully that's the case. We'll find out when we get there. We're going to go a little bit out of our way, but we want to see something a bit different. So we're going to head a bit further south before we head back up to Nelson. So since it's rainy and not very nice, let's just get to it. So we just finished up at Lake, I don't know how to pronounce it, you'll see the name here. It's a really beautiful spot. Luckily it stopped raining pretty much the whole drive down. It was raining and it started getting heavier. Then probably 10-15 minutes out from actually getting to the lake, it cleared up and it's quite, well, it's still cloudy, but it's not raining, so that was awesome. So we were able to get the camera out, get the drone out, get some shots. And yeah, it's a really beautiful spot. The only drawback is the sandflies are insane. As soon as we got out, we started getting swarmed and they're landing in your face. And luckily I wore long pants and then I put a jumper on so I had my skin covered. But they still, yeah, it was pretty uncomfortable at first. That was unpleasant, but all in all, it was a really cool spot. Really nice to see. There's still bugs in the car. Yeah, we're glad we stopped here, and now we're gonna head on to Nelson. We probably need to find somewhere to eat though.
Yep.
We're hungry. We didn't have breakfast, so we're still hungry. On to the next spot. We just checked in at the Palazzo and we're going to show you our room. So this is the entranceway. It's a bit more apartment-like than our last one. Obviously you'll see the kitchen, pretty full-on kitchen. And then obviously to the right as you walk in is the bathroom. Not as modern as our last one, but massive bath or a spa bath in there. Looks pretty nice, pretty tidy. Cool couch and like TV setup area. A little desk space. We got a balcony which we haven't had in our last few places. Not really much of a view or anything from here. We can see the top of the cathedral, the Nelson Cathedral there. So that's kind of cool. So we've got a bit of a balcony. As you can see, it's been raining, or it's still raining in Nelson, which is unfortunate. Got a couch and another decent sized bed. So yeah, all in all, it's a decent space. We're here for 3 nights, so it's cool to have a nice, another comfortable space to spend the next 3 nights in. Yeah, so the staff here, the lady on the front counter was super helpful, spent about 10-15 minutes talking us through all the spots, where to go and what to see and where to eat and things like that, so that was really cool. But yeah, might just chill out for a little bit, then maybe go for a walk. Hopefully the weather holds out, or hopefully it clears up. Looks like it might be clear for the next couple of days, which will be awesome because it'll allow us to go do some stuff. So yeah, we'll just settle into our room and take it from there. So we're back at the room now. We've been out for a few hours, haven't we? We went out for a few hours for a big walk. We walked all around the town centre. We went up to the cathedral, which I don't know if you can see it in the picture back there. Got some cool shots around the cathedral. It's real hot though today, or at least it's real hot walking around. Still don't really know what we're going to go do for dinner just yet, because we initially went out because Jess wanted to buy some new shoes, so we got that done. I got a t-shirt, so that was cool. And then we went and had a look at the shops. We flew the drone off this balcony that you see now a bit earlier, and it nearly got taken out of the air by seagulls. Like, they came like that close to hitting it a couple of times, because we had it quite far off in the distance near the cathedral, and you could just see them. They came from all the way over near the water, and they just zoomed in on it and started like dive bombing it. So we were sort of a bit frantic to get it back because we didn't want it to get knocked out of the air. But luckily we returned it safely. But yeah, don't know how many drone shots we'll get here if there's seagulls all around. But yeah, as you can see, it's turned into a lovely day considering what we left in Blenheim this morning, how rainy and cruddy it was. But now it's like super clear, there's not a cloud in the sky that we can see, and it's very warm and sunny. We'll wait a little bit and see what we want for dinner, and we'll obviously check back with you and let you know what we've had. Hello again! Long time no see. We just got back from dinner. We had pizza at a place called Stefano's Pizzeria, and it was ridiculously awesome. We are big fans of traditional wood-fired pizza, and this place ticked all the boxes. It was just awesome. It was really tasty, massive portions, and it was really good value for money. I probably overdid it with what I ate because I demolished that whole pizza, but it was just too good. I couldn't help myself. So I got a Diavola pizza and Jess got the margarita, just the traditional margarita, and we were both blown away by how good it was. We also had like a rosemary, I don't know if we call it garlic bread or a starter bread. Yeah, like a starter bread. It was like a pizza base with cheese and rosemary oil, and that was awesome as well. We definitely didn't need that. We would have been set just having the pizza because I would have been super content. I kind of overdid it, but it was well worth it. So far, definitely the best pizza I've had since being in New Zealand. I can't go on enough about how good that was.
We have leftovers for tomorrow.
Yeah, and we even had some leftovers because Jess didn't eat all hers. But I wasn't aware that part of Nelson's history is they had a large Italian immigrant heritage. So it explains why there's so many pizza and Italian places around. Because when I was looking, I wanted to find a more traditional place, and there were a few to choose from, and we settled on Stefano's, and a lot of Italian heritage here, which I thought was really interesting. I wasn't aware of that Italian heritage base in New Zealand, or specifically Nelson. So interesting fact. Yeah, the restaurant was cool too because it was above the cinema, and yeah, it was a decent sized place. It was really cool. They had old like movie posters and stuff in there. I guess being above the cinema, they had that sort of theme. Yeah, it was a really cool place. Nice environment. The staff were really nice, really helpful. And all in all, it was an awesome experience. So super happy with that. So what you saw with the sizes of the pizza, they look really big. But Jess ordered the small and I ordered the medium. And we saw the larges that they brought out, and those were like a ridiculous like family size pizza. So if there's just two of you, you'd be set on having a small pizza each, or you could share a large, I think. But again, great value for money. The good thing about eating so much, we actually did it was about a K away. So we got a good walk in. We've had a ton of walking today. Haven't eaten too much. So I didn't feel so guilty decimating myself by eating that much food. But yeah, well worth it. That's us for tonight. Now we're going to settle into the room and yeah, just relax for the night. So I guess we'll see you guys in the morning. Morning, welcome to day 4. We don't really have a game plan for today. We sort of were thinking just have a bit of a chilled out day today. The weather's not too bad. I think it is due to rain. Tomorrow we've got a fairly big day planned. We're planning to do a drive up a bit further north, about an hour and a half out. So it'll be about a 3-hour round trip. We want to go hit up a spot near the coastline that's apparently meant to be really beautiful. So we're looking forward to doing that tomorrow. So that's why we thought today we'd just take it a bit of a chill out day, familiarise ourselves a bit with the Nelson Centre and what's around here. I do need to pick up a new SD card for my camera because I've been filming way more than I expected to the last 3 days, so that sounds fun. So yeah, you'll probably see some shots of us walking around and stuff, but yeah, no real plans, but we'll just see what the day brings. So we just got back from a bit of an excursion, if you will. We went to a park and an old mansion that's been, I don't know if it's public property now. It's called Melrose House. Big old building from the 1800s. It looks awesome in there. The grounds are really cool. It's situated in a nice spot. They've got a cafe in there, so we weren't intending to go out and get a bite to eat, but we decided since we were there, we may as well stop in and have a bit of a snack. And that was really good. It was really awesome in there. A bit pricey for what it is, but it was worth it. We really enjoyed it. Yeah, just a really cool spot, really cool building. And we're just noticing going around Nelson just how many historical sites and buildings and streets there is, which is really awesome to see. I love seeing older stuff get maintained and looked after and protected, so it's really cool to see. So if you're into old architecture, old buildings and things like that, it's definitely a cool spot to check out. Yeah, so if you're in Nelson, definitely check out Melrose House. You can just have a walk around. It's open to the public, and it doesn't cost anything, so it's really cool. The weather, as you can probably see, is picked up. When we first got out there, I wanted to get the drone up and it was real windy and it was kind of dark. Well, we still did that anyway, and then about 20 minutes later it was like this. So still a bit of wind around, but not bad, and it's really nice and sunny, so it's turned out to be really nice temperature today. Yeah, we don't really have plans for the rest of the day. We haven't settled on where we want to go eat. We're sort of just researching what we want to do tomorrow because we want to head up a couple of different spots outside of Nelson and see the sort of outlying areas. So yeah, come up with a game plan tomorrow. Just continue our bit of a chill out day. Probably go for another walk a bit later, and that's probably when I'll get the SD card. But other than that, nothing really going on right now. See you soon. We're back. We went for a walk down the waterfront, which was nice. It was nice and sunny, although it was a bit of a cool breeze, but it was still nice to walk down there. Unfortunately, the tide was out, so it was kind of not as serene or picturesque as I assume it normally would be when the water is up or when the tide is in. Yeah, so we walked along the river, walked along the waterfront. Didn't spend a ton of time there, but it was nice. We picked up my SD card, which I'm desperately in need of because this card's almost full, which is pretty crazy. Means I'll be filming a lot. We were walking past the cinema and decided to randomly go see a movie, which was beneath the Stefano's Pizzeria that we had dinner at last night. So we stopped in there. We saw a movie called Let Him Go with Kevin Costner. It was okay, nothing amazing, but it was cool to go to a cinema. Because we haven't done that a lot this year. We've been to maybe 3 movies this year. Obviously, COVID shut them down for a while, but they've been back in New Zealand for a few months, and we've only seen a couple. The last couple of movies have been pretty average. The cinema was really small. There was maybe, a dozen chairs in there, maybe 15 at the most, so really small cinema, which was unusual. Yeah, so after we went for the movies, we decided we'd just stop back and grab some food on our way back to the room. We stopped at a place called Burger Culture. Obviously, they do burgers. Pretty cool space, graffiti, and they've got a lot of 80s and 90s stuff. Like, they got like a Space Invaders machine and cassette tapes and videotapes on the walls and just sort of 80s style art. So it was pretty cool in there. We didn't eat in there. It was a bit busy and we kind of wanted to come back to our room, so we got our food takeaway. We got a couple of burgers, which you'll see. Jess got like a smoky chicken and halloumi burger, and I got just a standard beef patty, but it was really good. We were really happy with it. As we were leaving, they were bringing out someone's shake, and they had these amazing looking milkshakes, so I kind of feel like we missed out on that, but I'm pretty content after what we've eaten, so definitely don't need a milkshake. Could have gone a beer though. It looked like kind of a social spot where people go drink as well as eat. So yeah, I definitely could have gone a beer now that I think about it. Yeah, so we brought the food back, ate it here, ate it on the balcony while the sun was still out, so it's pretty nice. It's starting to set now, starting to get a bit darker. It's actually quite a cool breeze today, well this afternoon. It's very windy, which has cooled it right down. So we're just inside. It's still relatively early. But yeah, like I said, we're going to have more of a chilled out day anyway, so yep, that does us for today. And we'll pick you up again on the next episode.